don't care what letters you use, just as long as you use them consistently. A's, B's, X's, Y's, doesn't matter. And because it's figure 4, that's the positioning for figure 4. Therefore, some R are not P. And I knew that I had to put R here because R is in the minor premise, P is in the major. So that's what that one would have to look like. Now, folks, have I passed the negation rules? And I suspect this is why Mr. Smith wanted to look at it, because he probably already noticed that it passes the negation rule, because our conclusion is a negation and one of our premises is. So we can check that one off. Our middle term distributes as what? As subject of an E. And our conclusion distributes, and that's why this one is a tricky one. That's why you have to kind of remember that other rule that I didn't explicate. The conclusions, P needs to distribute. P distributes as predicate of an O and the subject of an A. So it passes these rules, oddly enough. But what it doesn't pass is the idea that these are two universals. And I would be able to give you more of the philosophical reasons why if we were spending 4 weeks on this material. But guess what? We're what? We're not! As a result, I just give you the short version of it rather than the full explanation. The full explanation is actually kind of complicated. I have to give you the distinction between what are called Boolean conventions. And by the way, Boole, B-O-O-L-E, you don't have to remember that name. Boole is the name of a mathematician that did work on this kind of stuff. I would have to make the distinction between what are called Boolean conventions and Aristotelian conventions. Aristotle was one of the originators of these syllogistic methods. Using Aristotelian conventions to make a true universal statement implies that there would have to be members too. So according to Aristotelian conventions, this would be valid actually. According to Boolean conventions, it's not. Don't worry, you don't have to know that for the test. That's the philosophically complicated one. Now, we don't have much time. What I suggest you do over the weekend, no, I don't suggest you do over the weekend. You got a homework assignment. This will most likely be the last homework assignment that you have for this material. It looks like so. Both of them are syllogistic arguments in plain language. So what do you got to do first? Yeah. Substitute the words/phrases for letters. Put it in the standard form. Give me the moon and figure. And then evaluate them for validity. At this point, since you are since we've been doing diagramming for a little bit yet, I do recommend on that second one in particular, you try your hand at the rules method here. That you try your hand at the rules method. We are going to begin class next time with, guess what? Well, quiz. Another quiz. So do review your notes for next time. And the good news about these quizzes is the more quizzes that we take, the more what? Yeah, the more prepared you'll be. They're lower total point value when it comes to final grade evaluation than the exams will be. And the more quizzes we take, the more ability I will have to plausibly drop low quiz grades. So yeah, more quizzes technically can't hurt you unless you what? Unless you just like perpetually bomb out. You won't let that happen. But yeah, these will technically prepare you better for